ಅನುದಿನ ಅನುಕ್ಷಣ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ, ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಹೊಸ ಹಾದಿಯಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಹಾಕೋಣ, ಸಂತಸದಿ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ.
Yes sir. Yes teacher. Present ma'am.
Hello children, welcome back to Samveda E-classes. How are you? I hope all of you are very fine and doing good. Today we are going to continue the lesson from your 9th standard third language English book. Shall we start the next? Okay. The lesson number 5. The name of the lesson is The Visit. Shall we continue? Okay. Before going to start, shall we recapitulate what we have learnt in the last session? Okay. Let's begin. In the last session, I gave you a homework. I know all of you might have done this homework, and let us see what is the answer for this question. I gave you a question to write the answer. Why did Grandpa and Debbie visit the nursing home? Have you done this homework? Let's see what is the answer for this question. They visit the nursing home to meet the old and sick people who live there because they cannot take care of themselves. The people living in the nursing home, they cannot take care of themselves because they were old and sick. According to Grandpa, whoever visits the sick gives them life. Another reason for their visit to the nursing home was they wanted to bring hopes in their life of the inmates of the nursing home. Okay. Then, who were living in the nursing home? Do you know? Let us recall who were living in the nursing home. The persons and their nicknames given by Debbie, the writer Debbie Herman. The first one was Mrs. Sokol. She was called as the cook. Her nickname was the cook. Then Mr. Mayer. Mr. Mayer, he was called as the joke man. Then Mr. Lipman, he was called as the singer. Mrs. Kagan, her nickname was the grandmother. Mrs. Schreiber, her nickname was the memory lady, right? Mr. Krull, his nickname was the quiet man. Have you remembered the story what we have read in the last session? Yes, Grandpa and Debbie went to nursing home to meet all these people to make them happy, isn't it? Okay. Let us see. Then I am going to read the next unit of this lesson. Shall we begin? Okay. Let us see. One day, Grandpa got very sick and he had to go to the hospital. The doctors said they didn't think he would ever get better. Saturday came and it was time to visit the nursing home. How could I go visiting without Grandpa? Then I remembered what Grandpa once told me. Nothing should stand in the way of doing a good deed. So I went alone. Everyone who was happy to see me, they were surprised when they didn't see Grandpa. When I told them that he was sick and in the hospital, they could tell I was sad. Everything is in God's hands. They told me, do your best and God will do the rest. The cook went on to reveal some of her secret ingredients. The joke man told me his latest jokes. The singer sang a song especially for me. The grandmother showed me more pictures. The memory lady shared more of her memories. When I visited the quiet man, I asked him lots of questions. When I ran out of questions, I talked about what I had learned in school. After a while, I said goodbye to everyone, even the woman in charge behind the desk. Thank you for coming, she said. May your grandfather have a complete recovery. A few days later, Grandpa was still in the hospital. He was not eating. He could not sit up and he could barely speak. I went to the corner of the room so Grandpa wouldn't see me cry. My mother took my place by the bed and held Grandpa's hand. The room was dim and very quiet. Suddenly, the nurse came into the room and said, "You have some visitors." "Is this the place with the party?" I heard a familiar voice ask. Okay, children, this is the unit you are going to learn today. You might have come across some new words in this unit. Shall we know the meanings of these new words? Okay, let us begin. See, the first new word is deed. The meaning of the deed is an action or an act. Can you use this word in your own sentence? Okay, I know you can do it. Let us see. Gandhiji was famous for his good deeds. Gandhiji was famous for his good actions or his good works. Isn't it? Okay, move on to the next one. The next word is rest. That means that which remains. After using something which remains, we call it as rest. The usage of this word in the sentence is, the first question was difficult, but the rest were pretty easy. In the question paper, the first question was very difficult. The remaining questions, it means the rest of the questions were pretty easy. Okay, the next word, new word is reveal. Reveal, the meaning of reveal is to uncover or to disclose or to open. In the sentence, Sujan revealed a secret to Rohan. Reveal, it means he told a secret to Rohan. He opened a secret to Rohan. Next word is run out of. The meaning of this word is in shortage of. Shall we use this word in the sentence? Okay, see. My mobile is running out of charge. My mobile is running out of charge. Its charge is drained. Its charge is very less. Okay. Then the next word is recovery. Recovery, it means return to normal health. Return to normal health. The usage of this word in the sentence is, our cute dog quickly recovered from illness. Our dog was ill it quickly recovered from its illness. Okay. Then the next word, barely. The meaning of this word is by a small margin. By a small margin, almost not. Almost not, it means equal to 0 but not 0. Okay. Usage in the sentence. I could barely see her in the darkness. I could barely see her in the darkness. There wasn't any light, but there was a little light. I could barely speak. Sorry, I can barely see her in this dim light. Next word is dim. Dim means not bright. The sentence used is the boy was unable to read under a dim light. If the light is not bright, we can't read properly. So, the boy was unable to read under a dim light. Dim light means not so bright light. Okay. The next word is quiet. Quiet means no sound. No sound. The usage of this word in the sentence is classroom was quiet when the teacher came in. When the teacher enters into the room, the classroom, the whole classroom becomes very quiet without sound. Okay. So, these are the new words we came across in this lesson, and you have now learned the meanings and uses of these words in your writing in your own sentences. Now, let us move on to the next unit in detail. Shall we begin? Okay. See, one day Grandpa got very sick and he had to go to the hospital. Debbie's grandpa became very sick and he had to go to the hospital. The doctor said they didn't think he would ever get better. There was no hope of his recovery. Doctor thought the grandpa would not get well from his disease. Saturday came and it was time to visit the nursing home. What do they do on Saturdays? Usually on Saturdays, Grandpa and Debbie go to the nearest nursing home. How could I go visiting without Grandpa? They always go together, but this time Grandpa was in bed. How could Debbie go without Grandpa? Isn't it? She was worried. Then I remembered what Grandpa once told me. In that sad mood, Debbie remembered one thing which was told by her grandfather. What was that? Nothing should stand in the way of doing a good deed. So I went alone. What did our grandfather say? Nothing should stand in the way of doing a good deed. If you are going to do a good thing, then you should not stop. You should not stop by anything. You go on doing it. It was said by her grandfather. So, without her grandfather, this Saturday, she decided to go alone to the nursing home. Isn't it? Okay. She is going alone. Everyone was happy to see me. They were surprised when they didn't see grandfather. On that Saturday also, the people in the nursing home, they were they wanted to see Debbie and grandfather in the nursing home, but the people in the nursing home, they didn't see grandfather. They saw only Debbie. When I told them that he was sick and in the hospital, they could tell I was sad. They asked why grandpa didn't come to nursing home. Then Debbie said, no, grandpa is in a hospital, so I came alone. Then they decided, the people of the nursing home decided, now Debbie is in a sad mood. Everything is in God's hands, they told me. The people in the nursing home, they told Debbie that everything is in God's hands. So, you should not worry about your grandpa's ill health. Do your best and God will do the rest. Do your best to others and God will give His grace to you. You are doing a good thing. You are coming to our nursing home and you are bringing happiness in your life. You are doing a good thing, then God will definitely do good to you. So, what did they do to make Debbie happy? They did different things now. On this Saturday, they did different things. The cook went on to reveal some of her secret ingredients. She hadn't told new recipes in the last Saturdays, but this time, to make Debbie happy, she revealed some secret ingredients to Debbie. Then the joke man told his latest jokes. He didn't repeat any jokes, he told fresh jokes and make Debbie happy. The singer sang a song especially for me. The grandmother showed me more pictures. The singer, he sang a special song for Debbie and grandmother showed some new pictures to Debbie. The memory lady shared more of her memories. All the persons in the nursing home, they reacted to Debbie in a different way, not in a usual manner. So, when I visited the quiet man, I asked him lots of questions. The quiet man, he didn't like to talk too much. But Debbie asked a lots of questions to that quiet man. When I ran out of question, when Debbie faced a shortage of questions, she talked about what she had learned in her school. She told the stories of her schools. After a while, I said goodbye to everyone in the nursing home, even the woman in charge behind the desk. The person who is looking after the nursing home was said goodbye by Debbie Herman. They said, thank you for coming. She said, may your grandfather have a complete recovery. The woman in charge said, thank you for visiting our nursing home. Even your grandfather was in hospital and I hope your grandfather will get well soon. He will recover from his illness. Then a few days later, grandpa was still in the hospital. He was not eating. He could not sit up. He could barely speak. He was still in the hospital. He was unable to speak, unable to eat, and unable to sit up on the bed. So I went to the corner of the room so grandpa wouldn't see me cry. At his bad condition, Debbie became very sad. She went near a corner. She wanted to cry, but she don't want his grandfather look at his cry. My mother took my place by the side of the grandma, and the room was dim and was very quiet. Whenever Debbie was absent in the hospital, his place was filled by his mother. Suddenly, the nurse came into the room and said, "You have some visitors outside your room in the hospital. Some visitors have came to visit you and your grandfather. Is this the place with the party?" The people who were visiting outside the room, they came in and said, "Is this the place with the party?" I heard a familiar voice ask. That voice was very familiar to Debbie. Then she turned around and saw who they were. So, this is the unit I have taken for you in this session. Isn't it good? Now, Debbie is trying her own to bring happiness in the faces of people of nursing home. Okay, children, all of you have listened carefully and you came to know how Debbie do good to people of nursing home. Let us move on to the next session. Before going to the next session, I would like to discuss some grammar points in language in use. Okay? Let us see what is in the grammar section. Observe the following verb forms. There is a list of verbs. Observe them carefully. See, in the column A, there are two columns, A and B. Here is a list of verbs. Mark, marked, marked. Work, worked, worked. Fill, filled, filled. And try, tried, tried. Here, see, give, gave, given. Eat, ate, eaten. Speak, spoke, spoken. And write, wrote, written. Here, these are the different verb forms. What we have done here, mark is a verb, it is in present form. To make it, to change it into past and participle, we added ed to this word. Then it became marked and marked. See, all the verbs in the column A, we have added ed to change them into past tense and past participle. Okay, let us see in the column B. Give, gave, given. We have just changed the middle vowel of the word and we changed them into past and past participle. See, there is a difference between changing the words from present to past and past participle. The verbs in column A are regular verbs. Adding ed and changing them into past and participle, these are all regular verbs. Then in column B, we have changed verbs by changing their middle vowels. These are all irregular verbs. Okay? Now, you have an activity about this language in use. Can you do it? Okay, it is a simple one. I know all of you can do it. See, complete the table by filling the missing verb forms. Here, 3 columns have been given, present, past and participle. I give verb in one form, you have to change it into another 2 forms. Can you do it? Okay. These are all very simple. I know all of you can do it well. Let us see. The first word is walk. Its past form is walked. Then the past participle is also walked. The next word is sing. Its past is sang, then sung. Can you tell the past form of this word? Grow. Can you guess? Anybody? Okay, let us see. Grow becomes grew. The past participle form is grown, right? Then the next word is say. Can you guess? The past, its past form is said and past participle form is also said. Then the next word is begin. Can you tell the past form of this word? Okay, see, its past form is began. Then the past participle, right, it is begun. Okay, here the word is ran, it is in the past form. What is the present form of this word? Can you guess? Okay, right, it is run, and the past participle form is also run. Then the next word is came. What is the present form of this word? Yes, you are right, come. And the past participle form is also come. Okay, children, you have learned regular verbs and irregular verbs, and you also know how to change them into other two forms. Now, we move on to recapitulate the unit. Let me ask you few questions about the unit. Okay? You have learned this lesson very well. You listened very carefully. I hope all of you can answer to these questions. Let us see what is the first question. What did Debbie remember when she had to visit a nursing home alone? She had to visit the nursing home without her grandfather. What did she remember? Can we guess? Okay, let us see what the answer is. Debbie remembered what her grandfather once told her, that is, nothing should stand in the way of doing good deed. If you are going to good deed, then you should not stop doing it. Whatever comes in the middle, you should go on. Let us see the next question. What did the doctor say about Grandpa's recovery? Grandpa was ill. He was admitted to hospital. The doctors in that hospital, they said, what did they say? See in the answer. The doctors said that they didn't think Grandpa would ever get better. They had no hopes of his recovery. Isn't it? Right. Okay. See, in the language section, here is a one activity for you. What is it? I hope all of you can do it and you know it very well. See, frame questions for the following statements. Here I will give some statements. You have to change them into, you have to frame those sentences into questions. It means interrogative questions. Assertive sentence, they will become interrogative sentences. Can you do it? Okay. Let us see one example. I can answer. You have to change it into an interrogative sentence. What will it become? It becomes, can I answer? Here, subject is I and helping verb is can. Then it interchanges. Inverse is there. Can comes first and I goes next. Can I? I can becomes can I. Then we can frame questions like this. Can I answer? Let us see the next one. Can you do it your own? Okay. The boys will leave soon. The boys will leave soon. Here the subject is the boy and the helping verb is will. You can interchange these two and it will become, will the boys leave soon? Isn't it? Okay. Let's see the next one. She has finished her work. What will it become in interrogative sentence? It becomes, has she finished her work? Then the next one. They were late yesterday. Helping verb is were and subject is they. It interchanges and it will become, they were they late yesterday. The next one is, the doctor is treating. The doctor is subject and is helping verb. Is the doctor treating? Isn't it? Okay. The last one is, they won't be late tomorrow. They won't be late tomorrow. The helping verb is in negative, then it will become, won't they be late tomorrow? Won't they be late tomorrow? Then, are playing in the garden. It becomes, are girls playing in the garden? Okay. Isn't it very interesting? Okay. You can choose some assertive sentence from your textbook and change them into interrogative sentences. Now, children, it is the time for homework. Are you ready to write down the question? Okay. Let us see what is there in your homework. How did the people at nursing home react with Debbie when she went alone to meet them? You have learnt in this lesson, she went to nursing home alone without her grandfather. When she was there, how did the people of the nursing home reacted with Debbie? Can you write this? Okay, I will check your homework in the next session. Okay? Okay, children. Another one question is there for in the grammar section. Write the present and past participle forms of the following verbs. Let us see what are the words in the list. There are 3 columns, present, past and past participle. Here the words are go, visit, took, like, get and told. You have to write the other 2 forms of these given words. Can you do it? Okay. Okay, children. Thank you for listening. I am Rashekar from KPS Rangampet, Taluk Shorapur district, Yadgiri. Thank you, children.